Hi, I'm Ray Tanzen, Product Manager at Personas, here at NAMM 2016. I'm really excited to be able to share with you guys some new releases that we have. And one of the first things we're going to talk about is the new cascading feature for our Studio Live RM Series mixers. So we have the RM Series mixers, which are rack mixers. We have a 13 input, a 32 channel, and we have a 16 input that's also a 32 channel. We also recently introduced our new CS18 AI control surface for them. And now here at the show, we're announcing that we have cascading available for our RM Series mixing systems. So what cascading does is it allows you to connect two of the mixers together to make a large 64-channel mixing system. So you can do any combination of two RM16s or an RM16 at 32 or two RM32s. And the cascading is done via AVB networking. So you connect the two mixers with Ethernet cable and an AVB switch, and then you enter into the cascading mode, and it will combine all your control and all your systems to make them one single 64-channel mixing system. Now, the way we did cascading on the AI mixers was with FireWire. One of the advantages of doing it with the AVB network with our RM mixers is that you can now place the mixers separately. So you can have one mixer on stage left and another on stage right, or you might have one on stage while the other's at front of house. And then along with the AVB networking, you can connect this CS18 AI, and that's going to give you control over all 64 channels. And you also get the awesome filter DCA groups for navigating those 64 channels. In addition to that, UC Surface is updated so that you can control all 64 channels from one mixer screen on the UC Surface. You go from scrolling between 32 channels to now 64. And again, our filter DCA groups come in really handy now that you have the 64 channels. You don't want to scroll through 64 channels on an iPad. So with our filter DCA groups, we'll bring the channels to you. We also have some other new things that we're featuring in this update. In addition to the Cascade release, which is pretty big, we have now remote control of capture. So our capture recording software for doing sound check and live recording can now be remotely controlled from the CS18 AI control surface, or it can also be controlled from UC Surface. That means no matter where you're at in the venue, if you've got UC Surface running on your iPad, you can engage recording, record arm tracks, drop markers, open new sessions, create new sessions, open existing sessions, all from wherever you're at in the venue, whether you're on a touchscreen computer, an iPad, a laptop, or from the CS18 AI. Some other things we've done with this release is update some of the way IP address handling is done. So we have a more robust networking system and more options to how you can connect stuff. We've also done a lot of improvements to the CS18. We have a new lock mode for the main mix. So you can lock your faders to the main mix. So instead of having your AUX1 come up on your faders, it'll bring AUX1 up on your encoders when you hit the AUX1 button. So you hit the mix button to lock it in the main mix, and your main mix will always be on the faders. You'll never leave your main mix. Alternatively, if you leave it in the default mode, when you hit an AUX mix, it brings it up on the fader. So it depends on how you want to work. We'll work whatever way you want. We've also done some other improvements with the screen and the responsiveness of our encoders, as well as adding some other features like putting GEQ on the knobs in addition to the screen, and having a foot switch that you can now choose foot switch modes, such as muting your effects, start, stop, record, drop markers. A lot of cool new things in this release. So right now this release is in public beta. We actually released it to public beta in December, just before Christmas. And we're doing some new updates and drops of builds right now. And we expect public beta to wrap up in the next 2 weeks, and it'll be a full release. So it's a free update to everybody who is a Studio Live mixer owner. So that with a RM32, our map price for that right now is $17.99. RM16 is $11.99. CS18 is $19.99. So that means you can now, for the first time, have a 64-channel mixing system for under $6,000. It's the only system in the world that can do this. We go from connecting everything and customizing your setup to growing with you. Start with a 16-channel RM mixer, and if you want to go up and need to add more, you don't need to replace your mixer. You don't need to sell it and install something else. You just get another one and add it to it. That's the great part about the Studio Live ecosystem that we're really excited to share with you. So be sure to check it out. Personas.com is where you can learn more about it. And thank you.
award-winning customer service, fast, free shipping on most orders. Own the gear of your dreams today.